On the other hand, how else are weak glutes and an anterior pelvic tilt related? Well, we're supposed to actually use our glutes when we're in an anterior tilt, and we're supposed to actually be in an anterior tilt a lot more than we think we are. This right here is one of the reasons that a lot of us have weak glutes. It's not that they're so much weak, it's that we're not using them properly because we're not bending properly. The way we move can be broken into 5 fundamental movement patterns. Everything we do is either one of or a combination of these, and one of the most common is the bend and lift movement, which is literally bending over to either pick something up or just bending over and lifting yourself back up or lifting something up with you. The other movement patterns are push, pull, single-sided, and rotate. I'm not going to get into those now, but just to show you daily life activities. The purpose of shifting our pelvis into an anterior tilt as we bend over is so that we shift our weight into the back of our body, into our glutes. Why are we doing this? Because as we talked about, our gluteals are the largest muscle in our body, and what we want to do is shift our weight into that largest muscle when we're then going to use it to do any sort of other exertion. This is the basis of lift with your legs, not with your back. Tilting this way is not only essential to protect the spine, but it also helps us to use our gluteal muscles in one of the ways that they were intended, which will also inherently build strength. Problem is most of us don't do this. Instead, we bend over without tilting our pelvis or properly engaging our glutes, our shoulders, or our core. A lot of us will also use our mid-backs and our shoulders to do the reaching instead of bending properly. Again, by doing this, we're keeping the weight shifted more toward the front of the body, whereas if we tilt the pelvis, we can start shifting our weight into the back of our body, into our posterior chain, where we are stronger and more stable. And just imagine if you're bending over like this way to pick up a basket of laundry as opposed to bending over like this to pick up a basket, which one's going to put more strain, do you think, on your neck, shoulders, and your back as well? Also worth noting, the hamstrings are lengthened by anteriorly tilting the pelvis, which is why you may be able to bend over and touch the floor, but your hamstrings are still not flexible because you're not actually lengthening them when you're bending over, or at least not lengthening them as much as you could be. This is a movement pattern that we do all the time, every day. The more we do this incorrectly, the worse our imbalances and our pain are going to get. And the more we work on this and the other fundamental movement patterns, after building proper stability, the more we can improve muscle imbalances and help our glutes better help us. Speaking of imbalances, I'll show you some other things that can impact movement patterns and muscle imbalances using my own hypermobile body as an example. Last tomorrow, I'll tell you about muscle balancing or muscle health, which is especially important if you're hypermobile or have any other type of imbalance. Okay, go test that with your hamstrings right now. Go bend over and then tilt your pelvis up toward the ceiling and tell me if you can feel it stretch through your hamstrings. Let me know. Okay, bye.